If you're feeling a little bit oversaturated from all of the holiday romance movies that you've been watching, why not switch it up with a book instead? Hi, welcome, come on in. My name is Aoife, and today I am taking you through some of my favourite festive and holiday books that match up pretty well with some of our favourite holiday movies. I absolutely love curling up on the couch with a holiday themed movie, with a blanket, with a hot drink, but sometimes there can be such a thing as too many holiday specials. So if you're feeling a little bit of that as well, then why not go and check out some of these books that are quite similar to the storyline or to the themes of some of your favourite holiday movies. For example, if you really loved The Princess Switch, but something that you really loved about it was the baking aspect, then why not go and check out The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox? This is following twin sisters Cass and Charlie. Cass is still living in their hometown, and Charlie is one of the judges on a super popular baking show. But she's had an accident at work, and the concussion that she got from it has knocked out her sense of taste and smell. And if you're the judge on a baking competition, that is a big problem. Charlie decides that she's going to call in her sister Cass and kind of do the same switcheroo that they used to do when they were younger. Cass is going to come in and pretend to be one of the judges, whereas Charlie is going to go home to their family bakery and try and revive it. While Cass and Charlie are pretending to be one another, they also manage to fall in love with some of the people that they have just gotten to know. I really loved the baking aspect of The Princess Switch, so I really feel like this is the perfect combination here. If the idea of a home swap like The Holiday is something that you really loved, then I would recommend go and check out The Christmas Swap by Sandy Barker. There are a couple of books that have that similar name, but definitely the one that you need to look for here is the one by Sandy Barker. This is about Chloe, who is from Melbourne, Jules, who grew up in Colorado, and Lucy, who lives in Oxford in the UK. They all met on a resort in Maui when they were about 11 years old, but 20 or so years later, they are still the best of friends. But all three of them are starting to get a little bit disappointed by the festive season because everything is starting to get so samey and things are not really starting to go well for them. So they devise a house swap. Chloe is going to go and spend her Christmas in Oxford, Jules is going to head off to Melbourne, and Lucy is going to head off to Colorado. All of them have the best Christmas ever, and they might be bringing home a little bit more than just a souvenir with them. If you loved 12 Dates of Christmas and you really loved the idea of that kind of time loop Groundhog Day-esque thing, then I would definitely recommend In a Holidays by Christina Lauren, because this also has a time loop as one of the core elements to it. It's about Mei Lin, whose family is about to sell their cabin in Utah where everybody had gathered every single Christmas. It's her final holiday season with her family and her loved ones, and she has actually just told Andrew, one of her childhood friends, how she really feels about him, because strike while the iron is hot. While she is lying in bed that evening, she thinks that she just really wants everything to be exactly as it was every Christmas from now on, and that's exactly what happens. Mei Lin wakes up and she is back on that plane to Utah with no idea how she has gotten there, but all she knows is that she has to fix some core element of this time loop before she can get back out of it. I absolutely love a Christina Lauren novel, so if you're like me and you love their kind of banter-filled writing, this is definitely the one for you. If It's a Wonderful Life is one of your favorite Christmas movies, just like me, and you love the idea of an alternate universe kind of situation, then definitely go and check out It's a Wonderful Night by Jamie Adams. This is following Georgia Bailey, who's just about to close up her charity shop when the phone rings, and at the end of the line is a completely despondent man. He says that he is standing on the bridge looking into the river and he is just about to do what you think he's about to do. Georgia spends the next hour or so on the phone with him and tries to talk him back down and tell him about all of the things that he's going to miss out on if he does jump, and all of the wonders of life and what life has been with him so far. She manages to do this and she heads home with her heart kind of racing, but the next day she goes to a coffee shop to order her favorite coffee on her way to her parents' house and realizes that when she is talking to the barista Leo, she recognizes his voice as the person who was on the end of the phone the night before. If you loved It's a Wonderful Life, you're really going to love this book because not only does it have a very similar storyline, but there are so many references to this classic movie, you will just love this book. Did you love A Christmas Prince and get swept up in the idea of a holiday romance with a royal? then definitely go and check out Royal Holiday by Jasmine Guillory. This is the fourth book in the series, but I wouldn't necessarily say that you need to read all of them in order to understand this story. This is following Vivian, who has come with her daughter Maddie to spend Christmas in the UK, as Maddie has been asked to style some of the royal family before their Christmas outings. While Vivian is here, she strikes up a friendship and a relationship with Malcolm, without knowing that he is the private secretary to the Queen. Malcolm and Vivian spend a lot of time together and really start to get to know each other, but there is only a 2-week time limit on their relationship because Vivian is about to go back to the US. While she and Malcolm get to know each other a bit better, Vivian is starting to wonder if maybe she should just stay here altogether. One of my favorite tropes in a holiday film is bringing somebody home for the holidays to pose as your partner because your family just keep asking questions. So if that, which is a situation in Single All the Way, is something that really did it for you, then go and check out Make You Mine This Christmas by Lizzie Huxley-Jones. This is about Half, whose parents are going on a Christmas cruise this year and kind of sort of forgot to invite her along. She goes to a party one evening and meets up with Chris, who is lamenting the fact that when he goes home for Christmas, all his parents are going to do is ask that same golden question time and time again. As Half has nothing else to do for Christmas, she decides to head home with him to his family and pretend to be his girlfriend while he's there. But panic starts to ensue when Half starts to fall for Kit, Chris's younger sister. Our Little Secret, which stars Lindsay Lohan, just came out a couple of weeks ago, and I utterly fell in love with the idea of two exes who have been brought back together because their partners are siblings, and they have been spending Christmas with the family and getting to know each other, all the while trying to pretend that they have never met each other and that they don't have a huge history together. Much the same as what happens in Make the Season Bride by Ashley Herring Blake. This is about Charlotte, who was left at the altar 5 years ago, but has been trying to pick her life back up since. She's living in Manhattan, and she's now part of a 4-piece band with Sloan, the guitarist. And Sloan is about to invite everybody in the band back home with her to Colorado to spend Christmas with her family and to have a couple of jam sessions and get ready for some gigs that are coming up next year. Sloane's sister Adele also brings a friend home for Christmas, and that friend happens to be Brighton. Brighton is the exact same woman who left Charlotte at the altar all those years ago. So now everybody has no idea that Charlotte and Brighton have this huge history with one another, and that's making Christmas a little bit more complicated for those two. If you absolutely loved the Christmas classic Home Alone, then definitely go and check out Stay Another Day by Juno Dawson. Not just because the family in here is called the McAllister family. It is following the 3 children of the family, twins Fern and Rowan and their younger sister Willow. It encapsulates 4 days left until Christmas, 3 siblings all with their own secrets to share, 2 super hot house guests, and 1 Christmas secret that is going to blow everything up. I absolutely loved this book, and I really loved Juno Dawson's writing as well. So if you want that kind of Home Alone vibe, but a big family meeting, this is definitely the one you need to go for. If you loved the ensemble cast of Love Actually and all of the interconnecting stories, then definitely go and check out 3 Holidays and a Wedding by Uzma Jalaluddin and Marissa Stapley. This is about Mariam and Anna. They are 2 strangers who are seatmates on a flight to Toronto over the holidays. Anna is about to go and meet her partner's wealthy family for the first time, and Mariam is on her way to Toronto to celebrate her sister's wedding. This all takes place in around December 2000, when in the Gregorian calendar, Christmas, Hanukkah, and Ramadan were all celebrated around the same time. As the plane is starting to go into a little bit of turbulence and starting to get into a little bit of difficulty, Anna and Mariam comfort each other by telling all of their deepest, darkest secrets, including Mariam's massive crush on her friend Saif, who just so happens to be sitting behind them. When the plane is stranded in a small little town for a couple of days so that the damage can be checked, so that they can refuel, and so that they can go on further with their journeys, Mariam and Saf start to spend a little bit more time together and start to know each other better as a couple, while Anna is surprised to learn that the actor on whom she has a massive crush is actually in the area promoting and filming their latest movie. Finally, I know it's not a Christmas movie, but walk with me here. If you really loved the marriage of convenience in The Proposal, then go and check out Christmas Once for Me by Alison Cochrane. This is about Ellie, who last Christmas spent a magical 24 hours with Jack, a woman that she had met at the bookstore who was browsing the shelves. Ellie came over to offer some help, and things really went from there. Ellie and Jack have not seen each other since then, but Ellie is still working at the bookshop and things are starting to get a little bit difficult for her. Her financial situation hasn't been the best lately, but Andrew, the manager of the bookstore, is well aware of this and has got a proposal for her. Literally. Andrew's family is about to open the trust fund for him, and he is about to come into some very serious money. He offers Ellie an amount that she can almost barely turn down on one condition. She has to come back to his family home with him for Christmas and pretend to be not his girlfriend, but his fiancée. Because one of the stipulations of the trust fund is that Andrew will only come into the money when he has been married. Ellie agrees. She goes back with Andrew for the holidays and runs slap bang into Jack in the hallway of the house. Because Jack is Andrew's younger sister. All of the shenanigans that you would imagine ensue, and this is such a wonderfully festive Christmas read. I absolutely adore Alison Cochrane's writing, and this is definitely the one that you need to put on your sites this year. Those are some holiday theme books that I think match up to some of our favorite festive films that we've all come to know and love. Is there anything that you think that I have missed out on this list, or is there one that I have particularly intrigued you and you're going to be putting it on your wish list this year? If you'd love to leave me a comment but you can't think of anything you'd like to say, then why not just leave me a film camera emoji? Don't forget to like and subscribe because I have new videos up every week. Now, get on out of here.